This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Yes, here we go. Follow the Money. Paulie Howard, Dustin Sweetelson, big program coming up. Red Sox do it again. Wet blanket Dustin with his pick on Game 2 coming up. Jeff Seeley to talk golf. Brian Mahoney, NBA and LeBron. Bruce Marshall, SEC, live from SEC Media Day. Day 3, Doug Kazarian, ESPN layoffs, WNBA. What's going on in Portland? Embarrassing for the league. And do you concur? And Dustin with a great idea. And this is, everyone talks about Cruz, Pacino, De Niro, Hanks. What a resume Matt Damon has, ranking his top 10 roles, which we'll get to after win-lose. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
All right, and 3 hours of Odyssey coverage, because Paulie Howard won't shut up about this movie. I went and saw it after I got done with VSiN Primetime last night.
Team player.
Rolled in, and you complained about the previews, and that inspired me. I could have went to a 9 o'clock. Instead, I rolled up at 8:30. I was at the ticket window at 8:31. I said, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get in the 8:31, go get my popcorn, go get my soda and whatever, and get in. There was still like 7 previews left by the time I got in there. That one scary one with the second mom, that one got my heart going. I need to go back on blood pressure meds after seeing that one preview. Yes. The Odyssey, you've been hyping it up. I'll deliver my thoughts on it throughout the program today. There were things I loved, some things I didn't like. But anyone who's worried about spoilers potentially with us talking about this movie, I want to remind you that it was written 2,700 years ago. Yeah. We know how it ends.
Yes, very good. Well said, my friend. Red Sox do it again. They win 6-3. Game 1 of a doubleheader, 15 in a row. Same cast of characters. Durbin's been great. Contreras, and they roll on again. Solid pitching performance. This is quite the story. And if they can keep this going, they now tie the franchise record. They can break it with a win coming up tonight in 3 hours. Suarez goes, his first appearance in a while. But you think Baltimore's going to get it done and end this streak?
Look, you're not supposed to do the do theory thing, but I like Kyle Bradish. I don't love him as much on the road, but Boston's got to be feeling so high. The one thing I'll give Baltimore a chance with, and they didn't do it against Bennett, who's been awesome. Bennett's been a big reason why this surge has happened, but they're not great with OPS. They're not great with average against lefties. They do hit home runs. I think with Suarez maybe not able to be as effective, not go as deep into the game, I am thinking about Baltimore -1.5. It's +168. That is just a big number in a spot where I know all the momentum's on Boston's side, but at some point this has got to end. Also, it reminds me of Major League. When he hits the homer and he goes too high, too soon. Peaking too soon. I know they're back in the mix and they're relevant, but I don't know if you can keep this up all the way to the end of the season and then into the playoffs as well.
Yeah, also have another doubleheader with the Yankees being rained out yesterday. Cole was great, 11 strikeouts, but made one mistake. Rice goes deep in the 7th to tie it at 3. Now the Pirates have the lead in the top of the 10th. 5-3, still batting, 2 on, 1 out. And Cole deserved a better fate in that one. And they couldn't get to Keller, who's been horrendous, and that surprised me. And you are sweating the Brewers, who lead 3-2 at home against the Mets in the top of the 6th.
Ooh, don't love that, but part of the handicap there was, if you look Milwaukee, the first 2 games of this series, they didn't use Ashby, they didn't use Uribe, they didn't use McGill. They had all their best arms available to win the series 2 out of 3 here. So that was part of the reason why I backed them, aside from just liking Logan Henderson. I think Logan Henderson, with the Woodruff injury, he has the chance to be a really special arm for them if at some point they decide to actually unleash him and let him go. And he's cooking today, I think, 9 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's what he had last check as well. Did you get involved in that market today? The daily special? I did. Sandy?
Yeah, I did Alcantara 20-1, but the Henderson number's kind of going to kill it. I didn't even look at what Logan Henderson was. I can't imagine he was all that all that short of a number.
Well, Cole had 11, though. So that's what you got to face.
Oh, then I don't have a shot.
You're in trouble.
I don't have a shot.
Yeah, okay. You're in trouble. And this game exploded in Kansas City, 5-3 Royals. Still betting in the bottom of the 7th against the Giants. And underway in Seattle. No score. Also Arizona as well. How about the Phillies? What a way to lose a game.
I was on the Phillies last night.
So did I.
And
I was on them too. It's ridiculous.
We had a chance. We had hope. Real Muto, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, one, Crawford's in a tough spot leading off third. It's hit right at Muncy, who he's standing like face to face with. Your only hope is that Muncy's such a butcher in the field that he's going to throw it away, and he just tries to get into a rundown. I don't know why Real Muto isn't just standing on third and just waiting, because you just need a runner on third. That is the objective here. Him going back to second is completely irrelevant, gets thrown out trying to go back to second, the game's over. Philly should have won that game, but how about Robleski? This guy keeps getting it done. We keep betting against him. The analytics people say he can't do it, and he's been tremendous for them. And then Wheeler down to 7.5 to 1 for National League Cy Young. Do you have any exposure?
No, would you add more?
50. I have 50 to 1. Right, first start 50 to 1.
Right.
25 to 1, and then 16 to 1 a couple weeks ago. I didn't know if he was going to look like the old Wheeler.
Awesome.
Thoracic outlet surgery. Remember Matt Harvey after it? He had a little like different version of it. It wasn't quite as expansive as what Harvey went with. Dude, the chip on his shoulder. He had 9 strikeouts last night. I think the All-Star game was also a good thing for him. I think he's out to prove something. And if you look at him, I don't know. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but it's like the one thing he's missing from one of the borderline careers. Zach Wheeler is a Cy Young Award.
He cashed the most strikeouts, daily special, 8 to 1. Again, deserved a better fate. Made one mistake, and the Phillies couldn't score, and they lose 2-1. Are you thinking they're going to win the National League, though? That's still going to be tough if you got to face Wheeler and Sanchez.
I bet them 7 to 1. I still believe in them. I think they're worth the look to win the World Series. I mean, there's a chance we're all just this is a fool's errand, just trying to go against the Dodgers here. But if you're setting up a series, and some teams are built better for the postseason than they are for the regular season. Yeah. If you can give me Sanchez, Wheeler, Luzardo, and who knows what Dombrowski. Dombrowski's the GM. Mm-hmm. This window's closing. They've got to make moves. They've got to be aggressive. I anticipate them adding a couple of impact guys, whether it's arms, whether it's backups, bats. They definitely need a bullpen piece because Keller went down. I just think if you're looking at who could potentially take down the Dodgers, well, the Brewers were just swept a year ago in the NLCS. Atlanta, after Chris Sale, there's not a lot to believe in the rotation. You're going to need to do it with elite arms. And to me, that's Philadelphia. And the only other option, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Okay.
Set up Paul Skeens 3 times. I took a little 35 to 1 to win the National League last night.
Okay. All right. More baseball coming up in play, and we'll go over tonight's card, which is loaded and stacked. Coming up, Paulie and Dustin, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. The Theater of the Absurd continues. Day 23 with LeBron. Luke sent me a text last night with what was going on with Kalshi. A big move on the Heat. I said, now what happened?
No.
The stuff, so the Miami Heat, and VSiN retweeted it when it happened, posted a link to their live stream titled LeBron James Intro Press Conference, July 27th. Apparently that person was fired, but they said, don't read too much into what we are just preparing in case he comes here. It's standard practice in media and with pro sports teams. But as a result, another huge move. It's the highest he's been at DraftKings. Miami now minus 225, and he's over 50% at Kalshi now. This is absurd what's going on. And he still doesn't have. So I actually think this happened because I trust my guys in Cleveland because they know everyone and they're connected. I actually think he said and made up his mind it was going to be Cleveland and then somehow met with Riley and he changed his mind. Oh. That's what I think. I think what happened. Because there's no way that we should be on day 23 and we still don't know an announcement. And as Rizzo told me today, something's fishy. Miami 50%, Cleveland 27% on Kalshi.
June 26th, I bet the Cavs to win the title 45 to 1. The East 15 to 1. All hoping that this was going to happen. I'm not wavering. I still think it's Cleveland. Here's what we're going to find out. This is my conspiracy with all of this. LeBron James always wants to be special. Mm-hmm. And I think that part of milking this is not just for the attention. LeBron James, I think, is going to announce he's a partner with Kalshi. That's the only thing that makes sense. No kidding, yeah. He's going to announce that I am a partner with Kalshi. He's getting a cut of this. He wants to have like the biggest potential market that's ever been bet on there.
Dustin, it's up to $200 million in the market. I mean, come on.
It's not real. It's not a real market. The movement isn't real. The movement is off of other people believe and start betting on it, and then it reacts that way, and everyone thinks that that's the truth. Are we just sleeping on like the legacy factor of LeBron? And what is to you when you think about him, a guy who cares about what people think about him,
right?
A guy who's always been very sensitive to where he stands, where he ranks, how he's perceived among the greats. Which team atop that board, whether it's Cleveland, it's Golden State, it's Philadelphia, it's Miami, which one is the one that the guy that LeBron James who has the rabbit ears out, which one makes the most sense for that?
It's still Cleveland.
It's always Cleveland.
Yes, it's got to be. And plus what the moves are going to be once he announces he's going there. And the other thing too. Then Morris had a tweet today, like Harden to the Suns.
Yeah, Jalen Green.
Right. But to your point though, like if Embiid goes out to dinner tonight and someone films him and he asks him on camera, hey, what do you think? Oh, we got him. We have it locked down. That'll move the market too and go crazy. So we saw the big move on Cleveland yesterday, which is a result of a guy on X who has 10,000 followers, some basketball coach in Ohio saying he's coming home. And that made the Cavs the favorites again, and it flipped now after what happened in Miami with the YouTube stuff.
What would be more impressive for his legacy? The championship in 2016 with the Cavs or winning James Harden a championship?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but at this point, they said they'll be okay with it either way. If it's Miami, the Cavs fans can go along with that and accept it.
How about this?
But
I still like Cleveland without him. I know that's weird based on how last year went.
Yeah, well, I have to see some of the moves they make and tinker with that roster. But the other thing is, this is also true. I think he had his mind made up, and then Adam Silver said, let's wrap it up, Janice. Come on. We have to make the schedule. And they said, okay, we'll give him the middle finger, and now we're going to take – that's essentially your boss saying, let's go. And they gave him the middle finger and said, we're going to take longer now. This guy's a drama queen.
As a longtime LeBron guy, I would tell you this. He makes himself very difficult to defend. It's very hard to be a LeBron guy and defend what he does off the court. On the floor, he's a brilliant mind. He's a brilliant ability. He's one of the greatest players you'll ever see that can do everything. Off the court, he is very tough to make a case for why he's a good dude.
MLB in play up next, and numbers you won't believe on Lauer. I'm going to put you on the Dodgers. Coming up next on VSiN, Follow the Money, the Sports Betting Network, Sirius XM Channel 158.
Welcome back. Glad to have you watching this show.
We're back, baby.
We're so back.
It's the greatest $1,000 you could spend.
We've grown almost $11 million in contest entries over the last 2 years.
Millions of dollars on the line for these people.
This year's a little different. A high stakes Circa Survivor.
I'm taking a big swing. I'm going all in.
This is where the money's at.
New episodes Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on Sirius XM Channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network. Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to VSiN.com/pro to join VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
17 games today in Major League Baseball. Red Sox do it again. They win 6-3. Game 2 coming up. Yankees now down to their final out. If this holds, that means the Yankees would have lost 5 of the last 6 games started by Cole. And Fried goes in Game 2. Good numbers career against the Pirates. Yankees have been strong with the number 1 ERA with their bullpen going back. Do you want to take some Fried, or are you going to ride with the Pirates in Game 2 of the doubleheader?
Yeah, I mean, I got to see what this bullpen looks like tonight for the Yankees. I mean, you already don't trust it to begin with. And so far today, they use 4 guys in a losing effort. I'd want to back Fried, but that first
How long is he going?
Yeah, first game off the IL. What do you get, 5 innings out of him? Maybe 6 if you're lucky?
$1.90.
I don't know if I can do that. Now, this game's not over. That's currently on, by the way. It's 2 outs. Jazz is up. Lefty on lefty. 5-3 Pirates with the lead. Pirates bullpen, not exactly something you believe in either. I don't like Bubba Chandler. I think he's got a live arm. I think he's got a lot of potential, but he's not quite there yet. I kind of think about the over in that game.
I'll go along with that.
Pittsburgh has pretty good numbers against lefties.
Can hit. Yep. Tampa Bay, do it again. Get the broom out. 7-1 this year against the Blue Jays. Toronto, all kinds of issues. They're in that. They've lost 15 to 22. Total of 8. Jax goes $1.10 at DraftKings, and it's just 6 back now with a wild card. 4 runs last 4 games.
Nah, they're done.
Yep. Tampa on pace for 94 wins. And Tampa's 28-1 this year when they also out-homer their opponent. I am with you. They are done, and they have certainly owned the Jays this year. Good price, I think, with Tampa coming up in a couple hours.
No, yeah, the only concern is Griffin Jax. You know, it's a lot of innings for a guy who's been a reliever his whole career. Now he's been extended as a starter for a good chunk of this season at this point. Got hit his last go-around at Boston. I don't know if I trust him as much on the road. That's the only concern in back in Tampa Bay, but if you're just looking at the matchup, I can't believe how bad the Toronto offense is. Vlad Guerrero Jr. doesn't hit home runs anymore. What's the point of paying a guy if he's not going to hit a home run?
Yep.
Dude, I don't need you to hit 300. Give me 250 and give me 35 bombs. That's why you're getting paid big bucks. We need you to drive in runs, make some sparks happen.
Is it not Suarez now? There's going to be Rivera for Boston.
That's why I got
$1.25 now in Game 2.
It moved. I went Orioles -1.5. It was down to +159. It was +168 like 20 minutes ago. I'm in. I took the Orioles. Bradish leaves a lot to be desired on the road, and I don't love the idea of backing a guy coming off signing a contract extension either, where he knows his future's kind of safe. But at some point, this has got to end. I want to capitalize here. I think this could be a good spot where they're playing a doubleheader, where they're feeling too good about things. Give me the option where I've got the better starting pitcher with Bradish. Hopefully he goes deeper into this game, and Baltimore can somehow get to the lefty on the bump.
Okay, since 1961, we've had 7 15-plus winning streaks. Make it 8 now. And Boston, 22 home runs, 29 runs allowed coming in to the first Game 1, which they just won. They've won 20 of 22. They've won 10 in a row against the division. Came out of nowhere. What a story. Incredible what they've done. And you can get them at a cheap price tonight, but you made a compelling case for Baltimore. They've owned the division. It's funny how it started against the Yankees, but this is madness, what's going on, and how, much like the Phillies, though, that they got a kick in the ass as the Yankees lose with the managerial change.
How's Chad Tracy not the favorite for manager of the year?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Will Venables +115. Kevin Cash is +250. Tracy 7.5 to 1.
He tied the record.
Oh, he did?
For a guy who didn't start the season as the manager for the longest winning streak, yeah.
With Alex Cora, they went 10-17. They had a 667 OPS and a 4.44 ERA. With Tracy, 10 games above 500. Well, now 11 games, 42-31, 729 OPS, a 3.22 ERA. He's doing it without Garrett Crochet and Roman Anthony, your best pitcher and your best hitter coming into the season.
Good case.
How's that not the manager of the year?
I know. I'm going to put you on the Dodgers. Lauer and the Dodgers.
I'm on it.
$1.20, a fade of Nola as well. Total of 9.5. Tough loss last night, as we talked about, but they are the best record in one-run games. Philadelphia 19-7. But once you get past that big 3, which you were talking about, you throw Nola and some of these other guys in the 5th start. It's been unmitigated disaster. 14-31 is their record. Dodgers are 7-0 going back when Lauer pitches. Great numbers against the Phillies. He hasn't started in the last 16 days, though, but this seems like a good price. And Mookie rakes against Nola, career .420 average. I think the Dodgers get the Phillies, and they can get the bats going tonight.
Eric Lauer, he is Max Muncy, he is Chris Taylor, he is another cast-off from a bunch of organizations that the Dodgers somehow turn into something. He isn't spectacular, but he's effective. He's way more effective than Aaron Nola right now. Philly also, not great numbers against lefties this year, which is really weird for them. 24th in OPS, 26th in average. He threw 4 shutout innings against the Phillies a year ago. Aaron Nola, a 6.5 home ERA, a 5.60 ERA, and his last 5 overall starts. Eric Lauer, 17-2 straight up when the total's 8.5 to 10 going back to 2025. 7-0 since 2025 versus teams hitting below 255. Give me the Dodgers, who are 33-19 on the road and 46-26 against right-handed starters this year.
All right, I wanted your thoughts on this in the late game. I went with the Astros.
I don't hate it.
Fade brigade with Miami. It is sandy, but boy, they've been bad. And now they've lost 8 in a row, 21 runs during the losing streak. At Fangraphs, their odds to make the playoffs plummeted from 51% to 17% now. Alvarez still the Triple Crown leader, 326, 33, and 75. $1.15 at DraftKings, total of 8 with Sandy. Yeah, you mentioned you bet the daily special, but...
No, but Pete Lambert.
Yeah.
He's as hot as Al Lambert. You know who Al Lambert is? It's the girl in Step by Step.
Okay.
Remember that show? Step by Step, TGI Fridays. Pete Lambert, dude, he's coming off 10 strikeouts against Baltimore.
Yeah.
Houston is a really fascinating case the rest of the way.
Right.
If Hunter Brown gets right and goes back to his old form pre-injury, if this Lambert thing is legit, if Arrighetti can just be respectable, right? He has some issues with some of the analytics, but if their pitching ever gets going, they have enough offense to still maybe even win that division.
Yeah. Where are you at with the White Sox? K's $1.25 on the road against the Rangers.
You know what?
That was bizarre. Rocker had been so bad.
Yeah.
And he was awesome, and they won 10-0.
He also has weird splits. I think he has reverse splits where he's better on the road than he is at home, which doesn't make sense. Anthony Kay is, not an overpowering lefty. I don't love the Texas offense on the season, but I do believe since Wyatt Langford has returned, they've been much more impressive. So because of that, I would lean looking at Texas, but I don't have a strong opinion on that one.
Okay, Braves and Padres, also 4:15 Pacific. Perez has been terrible. 0-3 with an ERA of 7 going back. King has been good. Where did that offense come from last night with the Padres? Machado's been hot. I'll give him that. But the big three all were excellent in the win yesterday. I was surprised by that. But Perez, $1.20, total of 8.5. I don't mind the Padres here. It's a fate of Perez.
I took the Padres even money, but I have to preface it with this, Paulie. And we all have this team, this player, this person. Like in college football, Iowa football. If I bet on Iowa, they get crushed. If I bet against Iowa, they dominate. Martin Perez is that for me in baseball. When I fade this guy, he's Cy Young.
Yep.
When I back him, he's terrible. I'm going up against him. I'm getting in front of him with San Diego. Michael King had 7 shutout innings against Atlanta less than a month, or exactly a month ago. A 2.54 ERA for him his last 5 starts. 2 of those were against the Dodgers of all teams. San Diego's offense has woken up. Machado's been hitting the ball, as you said. Tatis is hitting for power now. I think some of their overall season numbers are a little bit overskewed because those guys got off to such bad starts and they've been better lately. Perez is getting hit, 11 earned, 15 hits, 9 walks in his last 3 starts. That's only 13 1/3 innings. I'm going to back San Diego here at a price of even money.
Usually when I do the show with you, it's more action in a John Wick movie. Did you do anything with the home run props? And what Abrams trying for 4 games in a row?
I did. So I do that when things are going well. Things are currently not going well. So when I'm up, I'll have a little bit more fun with the home run props. But maybe I'll find one in some of these games that are about to get going either while we're on the air or when we're done.
Okay. Cleveland, too? They won 7-9?
I consider Cleveland. I don't like Ober on the road. He pitches to too much contact. Yeah. I think Cleveland's offense, like the numbers aren't sexy, but they've got some young guys who are coming through. Bazzana with the homer again the other night. DeLauder, when he's healthy, is amazing. He's just never really available. I like this young Cleveland offense a little bit here. I would look at Ciccone in this spot at minus $1.26.
4-2 Brewers in the 7th. Surprising no score in the 4th between the Nats and Rockies. Seattle leads the Reds 1-0 in the 3rd. Arizona up 1-0 on the 3rd in the Arizona. And no score with the Angels and the Cardinals. It's over. boy, this is ugly. That bullpen is pathetic. And after such a good start and a solid season, they've lost 10 of 14. Detmers has been money, how strong he's been. Just doesn't get much run support. So there's a lot of games going on. We'll update you with the in-play. We'll talk to Brian Mahoney, a little NBA coming up. Win some, lose some. We'll go out to SEC Media Days with Bruce Marshall. But up next, golf, Jeff Seeley to talk 3M, make his case with some bombs and who he likes coming up with the golf on VSiN. Follow the money, the Sports Betting Network. Paulie and Dustin, the Sirius XM Channel 158, live from Circa downtown.
Biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime.
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Winner Circle Proxy and VSiN are giving away 2 incredible prize packages that'll put 2 lucky fans into the biggest football contest in Vegas for free. One winner gets a $1,000 entry into Circa Survivor. Another wins a $1,000 entry into Circa Millions. Both winners also secure a full season Winner Circle Proxy service, a VSiN studio tour, and a free month of VSiN Pro. Enter by Sunday, August 2nd at winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN. That's winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome back. Time to talk golf. Weekly spot with Indy Jeff Seeley at Cutmaker Jeff on X. Cutmaker Pod back next week. It's the 3M Open. Twin Cities, baby. Get ready for the bugs, the mosquitoes, and the humidity. But to break it down, we welcome in on the Progressive guest line. How you doing, my friend?
Great, Paulie. Great to be with you guys. Dustin, long time to talk. Excited to talk some golf.
Let's do it. How about top of the board? Tom Kim, winner without, 23-1. State your case, please.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he was a sort of a bust for us last week, but I think if you take out last week and zoom out a little bit, we still see a guy who's in really good form. What's encouraging for Tom Kim in his last two trips here, he's gained across the board in every single category. So his wedges have been very good here. We know he's been in good form recently, doesn't have to bomb it off the tee. As long as he keeps his drive in the fairway, I think he can make a run here. But his success hasn't been huge here, top 28 and top 26. So I'm going to take a little bit of a conservative route here. I played him a draft 30 minus 132. It's my biggest bet on Tom Kim, and I think that's a really good way to play him. I'll have a little on the outright, but I think it's a very, very good way to start your card with him this week.
Jeff, we're going to Paulie's neck of the woods, Minnesota. When you looked at this for the 3M Open over at TPC Twin Cities, what stood out the most about the golfers that you're looking to target? And immediately, who is someone that jumped off the board when you ran your numbers there?
You know, honestly, Dustin, you got to keep it in the fairway and you got to hit the greens, which I know sounds kind of like it's not fairly obvious in most courses, right? But there's more water here than any other course on tour. More water hazards, more penalties. So this is certainly one where you got to hit the fairways and you got to hit your greens. So again, it's just that I didn't focus much on distance as I did accuracy, and I want guys who are good on approach and who are going to make their putts. So again, Tom Kim falls right in line with that, and he's one of the first guys I saw. We'll talk about a few more, but certainly Tom Kim at the top of the board when I was thinking about that.
We had a guest on Monday, Seth, who got 2,000-1 and won $110,000 on the Open Championship, and he says he just likes to go for dart throws. And I remember we talked to TMI Ozzy, and he liked to play guys who would go out early, and he had a big winner with Highsmith, and it was like at an absurd number and won six figures. Are you trying to look at this and getting involved in dart throws that you see some people have been able to cash some absurd tickets in the last year, 6 months?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, you've got to bet a decent number to win $100,000 or whatever it's going to be, and I'm probably not going to bet enough to win $100,000 on a guy at 70, 80, 100-1. Now, this is certainly one of those events you could do that, and we'll talk about some guys further down the board that I think are very credible in doing that. But it's part of the things is part of the things, Paul, is it's hard to bet a guy who's never won before.
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm looking at as I look at guys who are a bigger dart throw, we'll talk about one. I want somebody who I know can get across the finish line in a PGA Tour event. And that's why, even Ryan Fox, while Ryan Fox was surprised for sure last week at the Open, it's not shocking because the guy's won on tour before. So I think that's one of the things is have they won? This is an event certainly we could see a first-time winner because it keeps a lot of people in it. But there's a guy I like a lot this week who's won before that I think you could throw a dart at a little bit.
Okay, mid-tier. How about Homa in the 40 to 50-1 range? A couple of guys you like. Start with Max, please.
Yeah, a couple of guys. Yeah, Max Homa in the winner without market. And again, I played him. He's been playing solid golf since T9 at the Masters in April. Only missed one cut, which was at the PGA. Has 5 finishes in a row inside the top 40. So the fact of the matter is that you playing him top 30, top 40 are really good ways to play Max Homa this week. Again, fairly conservative, but you can get just about even money top 30 and close to that top 40 as well. So I do like Max Homa. And then one of my favorite nicknames on tour, Doug the Gim Reaper, 49-1 in the winner without markets. Another guy I like is a top 30 at plus 105 in DraftKings. Played this event 6 times and has 4 finishes inside the top 30, 2 inside the top 20. So his lead-in form's good, 2 top 10s and 2 top 20s in his last 7 events. Tee to green game is there for sure. He's gained tee to green in every event since March. So the only way he doesn't get there is if his putting falls apart, which it can do on occasion. But I don't mind Doug Gim a lot as a mid-tier guy. And then I mentioned this bomb, and I want to talk to two guys who I think are really good bombs. And one is Gary Woodland, guys. Gary Woodland won in 63-1. He won in March. He's won he's a major champion. He has multiple wins on tour. He's played here 4 times and has a T11 in top 20. So we know he can play here. I would not be surprised at all to see him top 10. He's plus 450, top 10. And he's a guy who I think, again, if you're going to throw a dart, you want to hit a 65-1 bet, Gary Woodland could very easily be that this week. And then a guy who's far lesser known is Sam Stevens, also around that 65-1 range. Absolute wild card in 2026. Plays almost every week, has 3 top 10s and 4 missed cuts and 23 events. So he can show up or blow up at any time. That's why he's priced where he is. But some guys are just horses for courses. And in 3 trips here, he's managed to gain an average of 3 strokes tee to green and 3 strokes putting. So he has a second and a top 10 place finish. It would not surprise me if Sam Stevens was the guy that came out of nowhere to win this week. He's top 10 plus 450 or so, and you can find him 65 or 1 or so in the outright. So those are 2 bombs that I think you can make a pretty easy case for that will pay off handsomely if you put $500 on them.
With Scotty such a short favorite, Jeff, at plus 260, and then the huge jump after that to Kitayama at 24-1, and then McNeely 25-1. There's so many potential long shots. How difficult is that for you as someone who does this week in and week out, where it's like guys are just priced at such a crazy number? You want to have the idea that you can put together a few different tickets here with some monster numbers, but that can get out of control. How difficult is it for you this week with such a discrepancy with one guy and everyone else in the field?
You know, and it's funny, Dustin, because I think it's part of why over the years I've stopped trying to chase too much in events like this, and I've gone a little more conservative route and taken the top 30s and top 40s because those are fun to bet and certainly fun when they hit. But it's you chase those for too long and you end up running out of powder, right? So I think it's fine to take a few shots on those, like I said, with the Woodlands and the but by and large, I and I'm going to play Jackson Coben too. I mean, there are guys I want to play, but I try to limit it to 6 or 7 guys, and I do majority of my bankroll. I invest in those placement markets because those are the ones that keep you alive week to week.
What'd you think of Rory calling out DeChambeau with the 2-stroke penalty and saying it was pretty obvious, and DeChambeau taking like an hour and a half after he was done with his round?
You know, Paul, it's funny. I think the irony of like Rory calling DeChambeau theater is funny because I think that no one loves theatrics, I think, more than Rory too, right? And so it's sort of a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black. And I mean, look, Bryson is a little bit of performative art. I don't think there's any doubt about that. He tries to play the crowd a little bit, but that's part of his shtick. That's just who he is. And I think Rory does it to a degree too. So I think it was a little bit ironic and whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I think it's easy to take shots at Bryson, and I didn't love it. And Scotty said he didn't think it was a penalty. So certainly differing opinions. But yeah, Rory. I mean, whatever. I think he's just kind of. He's just mad because Bryson was still there in the hunt. Although I think what was far more egregious was Scotty's mysterious ball that ended up being found and played and didn't have a penalty. And I think that got swept under the rug a lot more than Bryson's thing. And I think that was a bigger deal.
I mean, the shocker of the year was turning on the British Open and the sun was out. It's something I really didn't anticipate seeing.
Yeah.
We've reached the portion of the conversation, Jeff, where I ask you to help me whittle down some of the guys that I was thinking about. Keith Mitchell, 32-1. Corey Connors, 48-1. Connors, the pure striker. Elite off the tee for Mitchell. Jake Knapp, I want the aggressiveness, the distance at 35-1. Maverick McNeely, 25-1. Out of those 4, any of those jump out to you?
I tell you who I will X out right away is Corey Connors, and not because I don't think Corey Connors can be top 25, but how much money have people lit on fire in their life on Corey Connors? That's a guy I just can't get behind. You know, if you were to ask me, gun to my head, one of those guys, I would take McNeely. I still want to see some consistency out of Jake Knapp. He was on fire earlier, but I would some consistency out of him. Of those guys, the person I would take would be McNeely for sure.
Thanks, my friend. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Good luck.
Take care.
At Cutmaker Jeff on X. Cutmaker Pod back next week. That was Jeff Seeley. This, the funny thing about that Aussie ticket was that's the only time Highsmith has ever done anything in his career.
Yeah.
And he came out of nowhere to do it. And then for that listener, and go back and listen to the podcast, they also tweeted it out on Instagram, for the guy to take 2,000 to 1 on Fox. And he was 750 to 1 also, I think.
I loved his reasoning. He's like, yeah, I just take like the same 7 guys over and over again around $50 and hope it works out. And he was late.
No kidding.
He missed the start, so he got a better number.
How about he tries to hedge and he didn't have his glasses on and added more? He thought he was betting young and bet more on Fox.
That's amazing.
By the way, incredible story.
I got a Corbin Carroll homer to tie things up. Arizona in the 8th.
Win some, lose some up next, and a great idea from Dustin. Top 10 roles in Matt Damon's career next.
Circa Survivor, the quest for $18.7 million.
More money, more excitement. I'm from Perth in Australia.
Toronto.
We added a new wrinkle, a $100,000 buy-in contest, Grandissimo.
All the big dogs are coming out for this.
It's the Superman of Survivor pools.
$3,743,600 for each Circa Survivor.
New episodes Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN. Check out Stormy and JVT on Money Moves, only on VSiN.
They are last in the division last year, and they were still 9-8, which was better than the winner of the NFC South a season ago.
My eyes have not come across English words that have said that J.J. McCarthy is killing it.
They'll take you on a fun, fast-paced journey, weaving in everything you need to know to make an educated bet, while also not shying away from the excitement of a same-game parlay sweat. Money Moves, weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
I love the daily specials at DraftKings and Will Hill every day. Most runs, Rays 20-1. Most strikeouts, Wheeler 8-1. And he was one of the favorites today, but your leader right now is Cole, who struck out 11 in game 1 of a doubleheader. Abrams, 2 bombs, 33-1. Machado, 2 bombs, 55-1. Wilson to go deep was 13-1. And Burns hasn't lost since April as the Reds get it done again.
Why are the Nats shopping C.J. Abrams?
Come on.
You can't say he doesn't fit into our timeline when you're currently winning in your timeline.
Yes. Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on vacation last week. Take a look at this. I'm not a strong swimmer, Dustin, but this is like Jordan Belfort and Wolf of Wall Street. How much do you think that boat is to rent a week?
A week? It looks like a fortress.
It's not like Jerry Jones, but that is
a few
you can't
grand?
You can't land a few
20 grand?
No, not even close.
How much a week?
90,000.
Hold on, do we have breaking news? Did you leave Las Vegas for a vacation?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! This is the biggest story of the year.
Yeah, you try dating a single mother.
Yeah, I'm going to Havasu at the end of the month. Not a single mother, but I am going to Arizona.
Look at that. 90,000 a week.
You tried dating a single mother.
Yeah.
I tried and failed. I wasn't ready to be a stepfather with a minivan.
Oh, it is tough.
Minivans in your future, my friend.
Dad. Okay. How about this? I love this one with the bully. Like, he got the football, right?
I want one
Goes
so
under the
bad.
bed. Yeah, right. Get out of here. Tries to bite the kid's hand. He's going to bite him. He goes, no, that's my football. You're not getting it.
No, I need an English bulldog.
You're awesome. Look at him.
They just cost so much money.
I know, and
I'm
we
going to
can't
go
have
broke.
it out. Can't have it out here with the weather.
Believe me, I get it. I'm still going to do it.
Did you see the program where they make the guy carry the ball?
Yeah.
When he fumbles, it's like the bulldog. Give me that. That's my ball. You're not getting it.
Place at the table.
Sports calendar never stops. Sharp Plays covers it all, winning for 15 straight years. All of it documented. Logs posted publicly. SharpPlays.com. When they move, the books take notice. Advanced AI, trusted insider intel. They find the value before the numbers shift. Respected, watched, and feared. The daily Mr. Poison tweets. He's awesome. Jeff and the crew been with us since day one. Start winning with them. SharpPlays.com. Great idea by you as you went to the Odyssey last night to rank the top 10 Matt Damon roles. What a career. What a resume. It is hard to put this together when you do a top 10 list.
But when you start diving into the IMDb, one thing stood out to me. I remember the line in Entourage when they're making fun of Johnny Drama, which is, every episode.
Yeah.
He's like, 2 for you, 1 for me, meaning 2 for the actor, 1 for the studio. And then Turtle's like, yeah, but Drama, what'd you do? 1 for you and 10 for nobody? You start looking at some of the choices Damon made, The Great Wall, Suburbicon.
His daughter makes fun of him.
Downsizing was one of the worst. Downsizing, the premise was brilliant. The execution was terrible.
Number 10, great movie, Courage Under Fire. Kind of put him on the map. He told Oprah, I think he ran 5 miles a day and ate nothing but a baked potato to lose all that weight as he plays a drug addict and is emaciated.
I've never seen it.
Oh, Meg Ryan. Oh, Ocean's 11 films.
Your co-star.
As I carried the picture, Ocean 11. Linus, he's great in that movie. Number 8, The Martian.
Ooh, that's way too low for The Martian.
Really?
He's acting by himself.
Okay. Number 7, Jason Bourne, Bourne Identity. Number 6, James Ryan and Saving Private Ryan. Probably too high. Number 5, Mike McDermott in Rounders. Number 4, talented Mr. Ripley. You haven't seen it. He's Tom Ripley. Does a great job. Number 3, Colin in The Departed. Great movie. Excellent job. Phenomenal acting. Great cast. Number 2, Good Will Hunting. Wow. And number 1, with a bullet. I'm surprised he's not the favorite. At Kalshi, it's still Tom Cruise for Digger. I will go The Odyssey. Absolutely.
Really? Tom Cruise, number 1 still?
Can you believe that? That's like a cartoonish movie.
They're
not going to give him an Oscar. How can that movie be good?
This is not anything meant to be offensive to Netflix. That looks like a Netflix movie. It looks like I don't even know. All right, here's what I went with. Yeah. Luke, I don't know if you got my updated list. So I'm just going to read off what I sent in the updated one. That's not this one.
Hit me.
First of all, honorable mention, the cameo in Euro Trip. Scotty Doesn't Know, singing the song. Number 10 for me, I'm going Ocean's 11. I'm with you. I have The Departed at 9. I view that as a DiCaprio and Jack movie more than him. He's kind of like a third, fourth wheel. Number 8, he plays the anti-Semite in School Ties. Brendan Fraser, the Jewish kid playing football at a prep school back in the day. Number 7 is Sonny Vaccaro in Air.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see Air?
I haven't seen Air yet.
It's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
It's like mostly just talking, not a lot of action. But even though I love Sonny Vaccaro, he's nothing like Sonny Vaccaro is like a character and funny and different. But he's brilliant, Damon. He's so likable in it. I have Jason Bourne 6. This is my hot take. Number 5, The Legend of Bagger Vance. I think he's awesome in that movie, and I saw it when I was younger. I thought he was great. Number 4, Rounders, for obvious reasons. I have The Odyssey at 3, and then I have The Martian at 2.
Yeah.
And I still stand by Good Will Hunting. He's so charming and so abrasive at the same time in Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
You are rooting for this guy who can't get out of his own way.
Right.
He doesn't even know why he's a tortured soul. He plays off of everyone perfectly, where he has to be so many different types of a character to so many different actors.
The scenes with Robin Williams are great.
And then contrast it with his boys, contrast it with the girlfriend. You see every side of him as an actor in that movie.
Yeah. I am probably too low on The Martian. You're right.
The Martian, I thought The Martian's one of the most. Now, speaking of space movies, I think he's in Interstellar. I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
That's a funny story because he just did it, and then he met with Ridley Scott to turn down The Martian because he just did a space movie, and Ridley goes, "No one gives a bleep." He goes, "Okay, it's a great move," and he's right. He's like, no one cared. So it was a huge success, and he was awesome in it.
Look, I understand The Odyssey, why you've hyped it up the way you have the last few days here. I understand why it's the favorite to win Best Picture.
It's up to $1.60 now. I'm telling you, it's going to go to $5-6.
I do believe it's going to win, but this is like the awards market for me in the NFL every year. I think the people are wrong. I think they're stupid. The dialogue's okay. It's the spectacle. You do feel like you're there. You feel like you're riding shotgun.
Yes,
but
you went somewhere.
But it's more about like the spectacle of it than it's the actual like execution of a script and the storyline and whatnot. Because we know the story. It's been around forever. Right. We all had to read the book in school. I still stand by Project Hail Mary. The way that movie ended, the way I felt in my soul, in my loins, it was this warm, fuzzy feeling I haven't felt at the movies in a long time. It was a beautiful picture. It's weird. It's a rock alien that he becomes friends with. But Project Hail Mary, I think, is a better movie. I think it's a more enjoyable movie.
Oh, my God.
The Odyssey is brilliant.
JJ says there's no way it wins. Odyssey, go ahead. Brilliant.
It's a brilliant movie. It's beautiful.
They went and shot in 7 countries. Shoot in IMAX.
You're on the wall.
Game changer.
How about this? I know it's on IMAX, and I don't know how you have to do it. The Sphere should be showing it. Can you imagine going to the Sphere and seeing it?
I love the scene at Hades.
It was all. I mean,
the black sand.
The last hour of that movie was like your head's just, and the acting Damon was good, and then he saved his best stuff for the final hour.
No doubt.
I mean, he was.
Did the audience yell and cheer at the end? I was stunned by that when I went.
They didn't, but it was a weird crowd. It was 8:30 at night on a Tuesday at the Suncoast Casino. It's an interesting
You're gonna get a
group.
different crowd. Yeah.
I thought that, first of all, the dog, you're a big dog guy. You had to love the, although that's a totally different dog at the end than the type of dog it was when he adopted. I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
The siren scene was incredible. You know who I thought stole the show? Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the character. He was so unlikable. The only comparison I have is he was so brilliant and so unlikable. I think it's going to hurt his roles down the road.
Really?
He was like the actor in Joffrey. You got in Game of Thrones. He was so good, and you hated him so much.
That's right.
It's going to be tough to get it out of your head.
You know how he wanted to play it? He said, like James Woods in Casino.
Oh,
Lester Diamond. That's what he was. Slimy. No one liked him.
No, I liked it because he kept telling everyone to fight, and then he wouldn't do anything.
Sure. Anne Hathaway, Oscar.
She's great.
Yeah. It was awesome. Leguizamo was great.
I mean, a Brooklyn accent in ancient Greek times was certainly a choice from the director.
I think he did a good job. Yeah. So what grade would you give it, even though you say Hail Mary better?
It's an A.
It's an A?
It's an A. It's an AA minus, somewhere in that range.
But does Damon win? They're not going to give it to Tom Cruise.
No, they're going to give it to Damon. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And you see the body transformation?
Yes.
Dude, Damon's kind of a pudgy guy. He's not like a jack dude. He gets ripped in this thing. And he also, you go through it with him over decades, over years, there's an aging process where he looks totally different at the end than he does at the beginning. And like, I'm telling you, there was an hour stretch where you couldn't take your eyes off of Matt Damon, and he was doing everything. But the cast is crazy. Zendaya, Tom Holland, Hathaway, Travis Scott.
Yeah.
How about Jerry Bertier making a showing from Remember the Titans?
Yep.
John Bernthal. It's a great cast.
Yep. I actually got upset. I read that she made more than Anne Hathaway.
Charlize Theron?
No, Zendaya. She's in like 5 minutes. Couldn't believe it. Great job by you. You're a team player. Great job.
A little bit much with Zendaya. A little bit much.
Yeah, I know. Number one story in the country since Thursday. I'm glad you're a team player. Will LeBron make